And this one is a competitive capture the flag style game where players are all competing to try and grab the crystal idol and then bring it back to their starting base. This is a game that is set up with a modular board that has a bunch of different tiles with different opportunities that you might want to take advantage of, as well as other tiles with different obstacles that might get in your way. But what's really neat about this game is that each player is going to be choosing a different monster faction that they want to play as, and each of these are going to be asymmetrical, and they each come with their own decks of cards. But what's really cool about this whole selection here is that each of these factions is going to have 4 different monsters, but you only actually choose 3 to play in a given game, which means that even if you play the same faction over again, you can try different combinations in order to try different types of strategies. But like I said, each of these monsters do also come with their own decks of cards, which are going to determine the different abilities that you have available for them and different permanent upgrades that you might be able to unlock. But this is a game that plays over a series of rounds, and at the beginning of each round, each player is going to be choosing one of their favorite cards in secret and then simultaneously revealing it. These cards are going to have an ability that you'll be able to use during that round, as well as an initiative value that's going to be determining where you fit in the turn order. But on your turn, you're going to be spending energy in order to take up to 2 actions. These actions might be to move all your monsters a short distance, or one of them a longer distance, or even to attack the other players, having a variety of different effects and sending them flying in different directions. If you're located near one of the shrines on the board, you can also take advantage of its powers in order to manipulate the board in a variety of ways. For example, putting obstacles in front of other players or removing them from yourself. But of course, you can also spend energy to activate those different ability cards that you do have with your monsters. And what's really cool about these is that they are dual use. You can either spend energy in order to take the ability on the card, or instead you can choose to slide it into your board as an upgrade, giving you the ability on the bottom permanently that you'll be able to use for the rest of the game. This makes players more and more powerful as the game goes on, but that is not the only way that this game ramps up, because at the end of each round, there's also going to be a new modifier card that's drawn. And this can do all sorts of things like add new rules into the game, give players additional energy or even additional actions, or just introduce elements of chaos that players are going to have to deal with. But the game continues like this until one of the players is able to get that idol back to their home base, and if that's the case, they win the game. But the game does also feature a timer and a victory point system, so that if no player is able to do that within a reasonable amount of time, then it's going to be the player that earned the most victory points by the end of that timer that's going to be the winner instead. If you do want to check this one out, I will have it linked in the description down below, and of course you can click to get notified.